In his 6 decades on television, he's best known for his roles as Murray Slaughter in The Mary Tyler Moore Show and Captain Stubing in the Love Boat series. But like many actors, he was no overnight success and overcame many personal challenges. And Gavin MacLeod is telling all in his latest book, This Is Your Captain Speaking. Great title. And he joins us now. Welcome, and thank you so much for coming to our show.
Well, I'm so happy. I was just looking at you off camera, and I said, this is the prettiest group of girls I've worked with. Well, we did Charlie's Angels. I got to say, that was, they preceded you, but they're old ladies now. But
oh my goodness! So 60 years in the business.
Oh yeah.
And I love this because on the cover of your book, you call it a fantastic voyage through Hollywood faith and life. Was it really fantastic?
I'm still here. It had to be fantastic. I am so grateful for the things that I've had to endure to bring me to the point where we are now.
Okay, so we talked about the iconic Mary Tyler Moore Show, of course. Let's reintroduce everyone with a fun clip. Watch this.
And remember the beginning of this week when you asked me what it was? I wanted to tell you, and I told you I couldn't tell you here.
Yes, Mayor.
Well, I want to tell you now what I wanted to tell you.
Yes, Mayor.
Mary, I love you.
And I love you too.
Gavin, how do you feel when you watch these clips? You seem kind of emotional right now.
Oh, it's just bringing tears to my eyes, thinking of where we were then, and we're all older now, and where Mary is now, and I know Ted's in heaven, but the rest of us are still here. And that was so beautiful, being able to wake up that story with Murray was 40 years old.
Sure.
And he realized he was in love with Mary. And of all the years on that show, I got more mail from that episode than anything.
Really?
Of people all over the country thinking they were in love with the girl they worked next to or the woman they worked next to.
Yeah, it's something that people can really identify with.
They really you spend more time working here than they did with their partners. Yeah. And sorry, I didn't.
It's okay.
I didn't mean to see her like that. So
happy.
Wonderful. You know.
And how did it feel, you know, when people send you letters saying, I can relate to this? Because you're in this bubble of the TV world and you're doing these episodes and having fun, and then you get something real from outside. You know, I mean, how does it feel to know that you reached people in this way?
Well, it's terribly humbling to think that my character, you know, poor Murray, I mean, he was a brown bagger. He exemplified so many Americans and people working in the office that weren't making money, that had to have 2 jobs to help buy clothes for the kids and all things like that. So they related to him in that way. And just the other day, I did an interview, and this man said, 40 years ago, I got into the business because I wanted to be Murray. Well,
now, I remember you best for The Love Boat.
Yeah, second role of a lifetime was offered to you.
That's
you played
right.
Captain Stubing in that series. Let's take a look at that.
Yes, a passenger complained that you were trying to steal her fiancé.
Sir, that is a guy that I knew very slightly in college, and it's really nothing.
Yes, nevertheless, I don't want you to see him for the rest of the cruise.
Okay.
Yes. Otherwise, the penalty for vamping on the high seas is 20 lashes.
No, sir, if you catch me with either one of them, I deserve it.
Ah, The Love Boat. How did that compare? This show?
Well, it was the antithesis of Mary Tyler Moore.
Right?
We had 4 or 5 people. We had 28 extras. We had huge guest stars from all over the world that I wanted to be like when I was a little boy, and they were coming on what was my show. It was the first time I really headlined a show, you know, and as the captain. And I used a lot of the things I watched Mary do, being to work early before anybody else, being on top of everything, you know. And so you had to set an example and the pace and thing for some of the young guys that were on our show. But it was a gift to me. God gave me a gift of giving me that show and meeting all those people.
Who was your favorite guest star? I mean, there were some really big names there. Was there anyone you were nervous to work with or excited?
My favorite guest star, don't think I'm just doing this, is my wife. Aww. Patty came on there. What happened was, I didn't try to get her the job or anything else, but Cindy, Lauren Twee's Julie McCoy was getting married for real. So we went to the wedding, and we sat in back of Aaron Spelling and his wife.
Cool.
And he turns around and he says, Patty, I've got a great part for you next week. Just like that.
Now, you are 82 years old.
Yes.
Don't look a day over 21.
Exactly.
Oh, you girls, I'm never going to leave you.
You wrote this book because you really want now to share with the world. As you said, you know, you made these mistakes when you were younger, and now you are wise, right? In your older years. So tell us what you really want to share with people now through this book, and just, you know, what are these lessons that you've learned in life?
I want people to know that it's not over till it's over, and then it's just the beginning. I think, you know, there's a phrase, get out of the way and let God do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay? When I thought I was controlling things myself, I did pretty well, but I messed up. Messed up all over the place. And it wasn't until September 15th, 1984, when something happened in my life. I had been divorced from my wife. My mom was going through a brain operation, and they didn't think she was only in her early 70s she would survive. And I was living in this big house. I came from a poor background, and I always thought the bigger the house, the happier you'd be. You know.
Not so
you
much,
know,
huh?
maybe some other people do that too. You finally learn how vacuous that is. But because of the seriousness of my mother, I was living in this big house in Beverly Hills all myself. I prayed to Jesus that morning. And I said, if you would give my mother more time, I would turn my life over to him.
I just think it's very interesting. You don't sugarcoat your life at all.
No.
And the emotion that you're sharing with us right now, you've gone through depression, bouts with alcoholism.
Yes.
You know, what would you say to people who are watching right now who are going through the same struggles that you're going through?
I would suggest that everybody get out of the way. Just know you can't do it by yourself. I've never seen anybody. It can work for a little bit of time, but you know, that same kind of jazz is going to come back on your life. But if you say, God, I recognize you, Jesus, as the Son of God, and that you came to give me a life, a new life, and you were always there for me with your hands out. Help me, help me, help me. Get out of the way. Let yourself go to him. You know, maybe you didn't have a mother, but you got him, the Son of the Creator of this universe. Doesn't get any better.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. We really appreciate you.
I
And being
appreciate
here
you
and
too.
being honest with us and emotional.
Yeah,
Gavin
that was
MacLeod, you
amazing.
guys, please check out his book. It's called This Is Your Captain Speaking, and it's available now. Thank you so much.